Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be diving into another session of learning English through storytelling. This video will be split into two parts. In part 1, we'll read a story, and in part 2, we'll define the words we come across. Let's get started. The Lost Puppy. Once upon a time, in a small cozy town, there was a little puppy named Max. Max was a beautiful mix of brown and white, with big, soulful eyes and floppy ears that bounced as he ran. Max was full of energy and curiosity, always eager to explore his surroundings. He lived in a lovely little house with his owner, Anna. Anna was a kind-hearted woman who loved Max very much. She took care of him, fed him, and played with him every day. Max's favorite place was the garden, where he could chase butterflies and play with his toys. One bright and sunny morning, Max woke up feeling particularly adventurous. As he stepped out into the garden, he noticed a butterfly with the most beautiful bright blue wings he had ever seen. The butterfly fluttered gracefully in the air, moving from one flower to another. Max's eyes lit up with excitement. He wagged his tail and decided he wanted to catch the butterfly. Without a second thought, Max started to run after it. The butterfly seemed to tease Max. Flying just out of reach, it flitted over the garden fence, and Max, driven by his excitement, squeezed through a small gap in the fence and followed it. He ran down the street, his little paws pattering on the pavement. The butterfly led Max past the bakery, where the delicious smell of freshly baked bread wafted through the air. Max's nose twitched at the wonderful smell, but he didn't stop. He was determined to catch that butterfly. Max continued to chase the butterfly past the park, where children were playing and laughing. The tall trees swayed gently in the breeze, and birds chirped happily. Max loved the park, but today he was on a mission. He kept running, his eyes focused on the butterfly. The butterfly then flew past the school, where children were playing outside during recess. The children saw Max and waved, but Max was too focused to notice them. Eventually, the butterfly flew higher and higher out of Max's reach. Max stopped and looked up, watching it disappear into the sky. He suddenly realized he was in a place he didn't recognize. He looked around and saw that he was in a big, busy street with lots of cars and people. Max's heart began to race. He didn't know how to get back home. Max sat down on the sidewalk, feeling scared and alone. He missed Anna and his cozy little house. He missed his garden and his toys. Tears welled up in his big brown eyes. Just as he was about to cry, a kind lady walked by. She was wearing a red coat and carrying a shopping bag. She noticed the sad little puppy sitting all alone. "Hello there, little puppy," she said gently. "Are you lost?" Max looked up at her with hopeful eyes and wagged his tail weakly. The kind lady bent down and checked Max's collar. She found a tag with Anna's name and phone number on it. The lady smiled and said, "Don't worry, we'll get you home." The kind lady took out her phone and called Anna. "Hello, I found your puppy," she said. Anna, who had been worried sick and searching everywhere for Max, was overjoyed to hear the news. "Oh, thank you so much. Where are you? I'll come right away," Anna said, her voice full of relief. The lady gave Anna the address, and Anna rushed to find Max. When Anna arrived, Max saw her from a distance and started barking and jumping with joy. He ran to her as fast as his little legs could carry him. Anna knelt down and scooped Max into her arms. "Oh, Max, I was so worried about you," she said, hugging him tightly. Max licked her face, happy to be back with his beloved owner. Anna thanked the kind lady for her help. "I can't thank you enough for finding Max and taking care of him," she said. The lady smiled and patted Max on the head. "It was my pleasure. I'm glad I could help," she replied. With Max safely in her arms, Anna and Max walked back home together. As they walked, Anna talked to Max gently. "You had quite an adventure today, didn't you, Max? But you must be careful. The world outside can be very big and scary. It's important to stay close to home where it's safe," she said. Max listened to Anna's soothing voice and felt comforted. He was tired from his adventure, but happy to be back with Anna. When they got home, Anna gave Max a big bowl of water and his favorite treat. Max drank the water eagerly and then lay down on his soft bed, munching on his treat. Anna sat next to him, stroking his fur. "I'm so glad you're home, Max," she said. Max looked up at her with loving eyes and wagged his tail. From that day on, Max stayed close to home. He still loved to play in the garden and chase butterflies, but he always made sure to stay within the safety of the fence. He had learned that while adventures can be exciting, there's no place like home. Anna, too, was more careful. She made sure the gap in the fence was fixed so that Max couldn't slip out again. Max's adventure had taught him an important lesson. He realized that the world outside could be fascinating, but also dangerous. He understood that Anna's love and their little house were the safest and happiest places for him. Max grew a little wiser from his experience, and he and Anna continued to share many happy moments together. And so, Max lived happily with Anna, always remembering to stay close to home and enjoy the simple pleasures of life, like chasing butterflies in the garden. The bond between Max and Anna grew even stronger, and they cherished every day they spent together. And that concludes our story. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Now let's dive into the second part of this video. In this segment, we will explore some of the key words we encountered in the story. We will examine each word in detail, starting with their meanings and usage. First, we have the word waft. To waft means to move or go lightly on or as if on a buoyant medium. For example, a pleasant smell might waft through the air from a bakery, gently carried by the breeze. Next, we have the word flit. To flit means to move swiftly and lightly. Imagine a butterfly flitting from flower to flower, its movements quick and graceful.